Hi everyone, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. I just want to take a moment and tune in with you guys because I've been away for a couple of weeks now, and I was gonna do this 8-8 portal thing a couple of days ago, I thought, and I was gonna go back into the normal readings and all of that. Yesterday was a really tough day for me. This is the struggle of doing these videos and doing the work that I do, like do readings and sessions and healings and all of that, when there's so much things going on like in the ethers at the same time. I'm supposed to be like in check and like in alignment and in balance to be a good guide or be a good guidance like to you guys, and sometimes I just don't have it. Like I just don't. So yesterday was one of those days. I know it's a big one for me specifically because my birthday is coming up in a few days, and this Lionsgate, I just want to take. I'm gonna pull a couple of cards. Is not a timestamp thing. It's just a check in. Is you hearing me babble about the energies going on here? And if you don't find that interesting, then maybe this is not your reading today. I just wanted to say hello, and I wanted to sort of bring up a few things around this Lionsgate and a few things coming up also for the future. But I just wanted to touch in on like describing this 8-8 portal. So to me, it's very significant because I have my sun in Leo. I'm a Leo sun. And so this Lionsgate it's a conjunction between the sun in Leo, between the northern star. If you know it, I have a second channel that's calling Your True North. So much about Sirius, that star. It's a conjunction between the Sirius star, the northern star, the sun in Leo, and then also Orion's belt. And like my home base or like my guides primarily come from Orion. They're actually calling themselves the Orion's portal, which maybe is a little bit tough to understand. Like, how can a portal be translating things to me? It just does. I can't explain it. So those three things going on, it has a significant importance in my life. Like, it's so much going on for me personally, but I'm sure that like a lot of you guys, specifically Leos, and specifically comes right before Leo, Cancer, and then Virgo, like it's right around there, has a specific meaning for you guys. You probably have Leo placement in your chart somewhere. The nodes have shifted right now. The south and the north node has shifted. You're going to feel that one. I feel also with this 8-8 portal, that is a culmination. It's a peak. It's a peak within itself that it's like it started in the very end of July and is going on until the 12th of August. But I feel, so it's like sits somewhere right in between there. I just feel like this is a bigger peak. It's a bigger culmination. I feel like there's, I'm right on target with this one. Certain things started around 2018. In 2018, there was a big awakening, if you will. There was a big influx of so much energies and so much shifting going on. And depending where you're at on your awakening path, I mean, that was a heavy one for me. So it started on 2018. A lot of people felt it around 2020, but for sure 2018. Or started 2018 and for sure 2020. And then the culmination of that, like every single thing that you taught yourself or that you grew through or whatever from 2018 until this very date, the 8th of the 8th of 2023. And 23 is also the star of the lion. So this entire year is the star of the lion. It's about bravery. It's about courage. It's about stepping into who you are and becoming who you are. It's about moving forward on your very own path. Like, what is your path? How does that look? It's not somebody else's path. It's not somebody else's thoughts about what you should or shouldn't do. It's your path. And so it's a culmination and it's a peak. But I also feel like it's a beginning. I feel like we're just starting. It's just the beginning of like coming into the rest of 2023, also 2024, and then 2025. It's a and some might think then that I can't count because in the middle of that it shouldn't be 2018 or like, you know what I mean? But it's a culmination and a peak, but it's also a new beginning for the upcoming 2 to 3 years. And you probably feel like there's a lot of endings and a lot of new beginnings within yourself. There's in every single way thinkable. Within your own species, within job situations, within relationships, within things you want to change in your life, things around children, around parents, around like everything, your health, everything. It's an ending and it's a new beginning. It's a peak and culmination and it's a brand new start. And it sits on this very day. So depending on when you hear this, even though I say it's a very literal day, it's the 8th of the 8th when I'm recording it, this branches out. It's a sometime before this date, it's sometime after this date. And then it's just going to sort of grow, I feel. And I was going to start to do the Sagittarius readings because I got to the midpoint mid-July for Scorpio, and then my boy got sick, and so I didn't get to do the rest of the readings. So I'm going to start with Sagittarius for mid-August when I'm doing the readings again. And when I sat down to really feel into the energies, sort of what does it mean mid-August? Like mid-August until, and then about 4 weeks into the future, mid-August until mid-September. I couldn't feel a clear, like before this, I felt like, okay, so we have March, beginning and end. We have mid-March until mid, it has been very distinct. And now as I'm feeling into the timelines, I guess you could call it, or like feel into the time of it all, it's like I don't really feel a beginning and an end. I don't know if that's going to continue when I come to like do September readings or do mid-September or whatever, if it's going to feel the same way. But right now for the mid-August reading, I felt like I don't really know where it ends. I couldn't say it's 4 to 6 weeks into the future. It felt like August has sort of a connection to like August, September, October, November. It was like a continuation of the same energy. So it's almost like we're stepping into right now with this Lionsgate opening, we're stepping into the start of this new journey that at least is sort of very similar in new beginnings, rebooting things, restarting things, reinventing things, starting fresh, like a brand new journey where things sort of line up and come together. I know there's a lot of retrogrades, like it's a retrograde season, like there's a lot of planets going retrograde. It's coming up this fall. I still don't feel like it's going to be a heavy season. I feel like, if anything, it's going to be more coming into alignment with things. So if anyone's fearing like, oh my God, it's going to be so many planets, and I think Mercury is going retrograde there somewhere, maybe, is that in Virgo? I'm not going to speak on that because I'm not sure. But I know every time we hear like planets are going retrograde, like, what's going to happen now? I feel rather the opposite, that it's like, no, this is a good reinvestment in things. It's a good, like, things are coming together. Puzzle pieces are falling into place, is what I'm feeling. And it starts with August. It starts with August, and it feels like it's almost like continuing on, at least right now, it feels that way. I might feel differently in September, but right now it feels that way. That is going to continue on, like, for the rest of the year. So it's a very significant time. I know we keep saying that, like, oh, this is a very significant time, and never has the planet stood in this type of way with the sun and the moon and the node, And it's like, well, you could probably create a lot of beautiful things on the 13th, even though the Lionsgate portal has closed down on the 12th. Like, on the 13th, we're all screwed. No, you're not. I just want to emphasize how much things are coming together right now. There's so many, if not for anything else, there's so many people on the planet right now, all across the globe. They're celebrating, having meditation retreats, having things coming together, celebrating this very time. And that's going to be an upliftment in itself. Like, that's going to be a very heightened vibration in itself that you can tune into. I'm not going to do a meditation thing right now. It's just too much on my plate. And I'm too disorganized in my own energy field. So I'm just going to tune in with you guys and just say hello right now and get myself back into sort of order before it feels almost a little bit hypocritical that I'm sitting here talking about all these things explaining to you how it's going to be and like what you can look forward to and how even though yeah, it feels a little bit like double standard that when I'm not like fully there myself, sometimes I feel that way. Like it's a little bit hypocritical to talk about things and how it's going to be for you guys when I'm not there myself. But it's just fact. It's just what it is. It's just the truth. Okay. Is there anything else that I want to say around this? I think there's going to be like an extra heightened like psychic phenomena going on, like heightened psychic abilities for everyone if you just sort of are willing to open that door. A lot with electricity going on. If you feel fatigued like I am or dizzy or like, just really take your time. I know I'm saying this to myself as well. Rest where you can, drink a lot of water, sleep, go to bed. Get your sleep in there. That's going to help a lot. And if you have really vivid dreams right now, write them down. It's probably a lot of guidance for you guys. For me, it has been the opposite. I have some dreams, but it's not too much. For me, the most is happening when I'm awake. But I know a lot of people going through those big dreams right now. So write them down. I think that's it, guys. I'm so happy to be back. I'm going to start with the Sagittarius for mid-month August, as soon as I can, as soon as I'm back in a little bit more balance to get clear messages. And I think that's it. Take care, guys. Take it easy out there. Be kind to yourself in these changing times. Okay?